Hello and welcome. I'm Sandy Jadeja, and firstly, I'd just like to say thank you for participating in the Professional Traders Program that's taking place this year. Now, we're in 2018, and many people think that the economy is doing well, and certainly we've seen the markets move towards the upside as we started this year. However, there's this potential risk that we might start seeing a slowdown in the economy, and that would create risks in the financial system. It could create risks in your business as well as jobs. So, what do we do to protect ourselves if anything bad is going to happen this year? Well, financial markets have three movements. They can go up, they can go down, and they can go sideways. The benefit for us is that it really doesn't matter which direction the markets are going to go in. At least the best thing that we can do is to look at where the market is right now and prepare ourselves for any upcoming opportunities. So what I'd like to do in this presentation is to share with you some ideas that before you come on the training program, there are some very basic things that I need you to be aware of, and also how to prepare yourself for the upcoming classes. Now, what we need in any business is opportunities. And in the financial markets, as I said, we need movement. The movement that we're looking for, it doesn't have to be very long term. It can actually be quite short term. So what we want is regular opportunities. That's one of the key components of a professional trading system. We don't want something that is just going to happen once or twice. We need this to happen on a regular basis. And as you can see in this chart, there are many red circles, and these created opportunities in the financial markets. So what you and I need is to find out when these opportunities are going to happen, but more importantly, be prepared as and when it happens. And also, there are trading systems where you really don't need to be trading every single day or every single week. Sometimes just finding a single opportunity that can happen just once in a while. So for example, this is Bitcoin. And as you can see, Bitcoin went both to the upside and last year in 2017 and this year, there has been many stories about people making millions of dollars in the cryptocurrencies, but also many people who have lost millions of dollars in the cryptocurrencies. What I'd like to do is in the coming program that you'll be joining is to share with you just very simple systems and just ignore the news. What you want to do is to be there before the move actually happens, and you want to exit out of the market before there's any signs of major trouble. This is just a very simple chart of Bitcoin on a monthly basis. So we didn't even trade every single day or every single week. There were at least four opportunities where you could have made money both on the upside and the downside, and you could have avoided any major reversals or sharp declines that would have caught you off guard. So in the coming program, we'll look at two things. Firstly, we want to find opportunities that happen on a regular basis. And for those of you that are working full time or have a business and don't have much time, we need to find opportunities where you don't have to watch the markets all the time, but still make very substantial profits in the market. So what do we need then? Well, in our business, we need something called price. And that means whatever the price is of the market, we can take a look at that price and see if it's worth getting into the market or exiting the market. One of the other components that I like to use is pattern, and I'll show you in just a few minutes of what a pattern looks like. The next thing that we need is time, and that means that once we have the opportunity in the market, we have to allow time for the profit to develop. Now, there are systems where you can make profits in just a few seconds, a few minutes, a few hours, a few days, months, or even weeks. So it just depends on what is going to be suitable for you. In the training program, we'll take a look at mostly the systems where you can make money from a few days to a few weeks and even a few months. That way, you do not have to leave your job or even leave your business aside. Instead, you can actually use this in conjunction with your job or business. Now, most importantly, we need to understand what is risk and what is money management. Without these two components, it doesn't matter how good you are, it doesn't matter how good the system is, you could end up losing lots of money, and we don't want to do that. We want to take a look at risk and money management, and I will show you the simplest ways that you can use risk and money management tools just using very simple free charting packages. So you don't even need to spend a lot of money. Now, if you take a look at this, this is just a simple currency pair, which is the euro dollar versus the Japanese yen. And you can see black and white bars. Now take a look. In the middle, you'll see that there was this black bar followed by a very small white bar. This is developing a pattern. Now, once this pattern develops, we can then get an opportunity to participate in this move. The truth is, you don't even really need to know which way the market's going to go. Many people think that you really need to understand whether the market's going to go up or whether the market's going to go down, and that's just simply not true. We will learn a simple system where you will place orders in the market, and that means that by placing the orders, you will let the market come to you. You see, most people get it wrong. What they try to do is to chase the market. They try to figure out if the market is going to go up, where do they need to get in? And if the market is going to go down, the exact price or the date or the time to get in. We only look at what the market is telling us. We do not need to guess. We do not need to start gambling. Instead, once you learn some very simple black and white patterns, you will start to see that actually the market's offering you opportunities on a very regular basis. And that means that if the market's offering you opportunities on a regular basis and you do not have to chase it, all you have to do is learn to place orders. Now you can be a little bit more relaxed. You don't have to be stressed. And more importantly, we can learn how to manage the risk once the market has come to us. So in this example, we can see very simple black and white bars. Now at the moment, you don't know what you're looking at, but I can assure you once you've completed the training program, in just a matter of about 15 to 20 minutes, you will know exactly what this chart is telling you, exactly where you would have entered, and exactly where you would have exited for a profit. Even if the market did not make a profit, you will know exactly where to exit just to manage the risk on this trade or any other trade that you'll be looking at. So for example, we can see that there's a blue line telling us that we know the exact level of where we would place the order. The market then went up for several bars, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white bars. And then this black bar appears. That's telling us that we might need to be careful because this move might be just about to end. We're not going to exit this market. In fact, we'll let the market take us out of the position. Instead, what happens is the market continues to go higher. So now we're making even more money. So there was $25,670 made on this move here. We didn't have to guess which way the market was going. We did not need to use very complicated software. In fact, you could actually just do this on your mobile phone, your tablet, or even your laptop. So the next thing is, once we know that the market's going to get us in, what else do we need? Well, we need risk management. We need to understand that, do we have any psychological control? And that means that if we are not able to control our emotions, that could get us into a lot of trouble. And so risk management together with psychology becomes extremely important. So during this move, if you're earning a salary of $1,000 to $2,000 per month, and suddenly you start seeing that the market's giving you 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000, you do not take the money from the market. Instead, the most important thing to do is to be able to control your psychological feelings by using a system. And so at the workshop, what we will do is just look at a very simple system and say, how do we use technical tools? So for example, right now we're looking at candlesticks, technical tools using candlesticks, patterns, and any other free tools that are out there that could help us to capture as much profit as possible without being emotionally involved in the market. Now, unlike Japanese candlesticks, first of all, they can give you a fairly reliable method for visual trading. That means you do not need to learn maths or understand numbers in great detail. You've just seen that we've only looked at black and white bars, so we can use that as a visual trading system. There are many patterns that are available for you to learn. I don't want to make this complicated. In fact, I like to keep things simple. So in the Japanese candlesticks method, what you will learn is just some very basic key candlestick patterns. They will help you to prepare for possible reversals. Once they actually create the reversal signal, we want to manage the risk. So the idea is that we want to read, understand, and decipher to get a meaning for price action. And these price actions are going to be based on these black and white candlesticks patterns. Trust me, once you attend the workshop, you will see in less than 1 hour, you will have learned very basic patterns. And by the end of 2 hours, you would have been able to learn the basic patterns, learning how to enter, exit for a profit, or exit if the market's not working. You will also learn to understand how to wait to let the market come to you, but also learn how to wait and let the market give you potentially sizable profits. So these are not very difficult, they're actually quite simple. Are there other ways that we can learn to make money from the markets? And the answer is yes. So here's an example where we've used candlesticks, but we've now included an indicator. And at the bottom, you can just see these blue bars, which represents the MACD. So here, we're combining the MACD, this green line that you can see on the chart, and candlesticks. So now we're looking at the Dow Jones. This is the US market. And you'll see there's this first green arrow where the market gave us in 6 days $6,710 in profit. Then there was another green arrow, and in 10 days that delivered $5,040 in profit. And once again, there's another green candle, and that made $8,420 in 9 days. Now remember what I said, we can make money in both markets that go up, down, and sideways. And you'll notice that now we have a red arrow. And that red arrow is showing us that we could now look to make money as the market's falling. Then there's a green arrow which tells us to exit the market for profit. Once again, we get another green arrow followed by a red arrow telling us to exit for a small profit. And then finally, we get another red arrow where in 7 days, whilst the market's falling, even though the market is falling and people are complaining that they're losing money, this is an opportunity where you could have made money, which was $11,350 in just 7 days. So the question is, how did we know when to get in? How did we know when to get out for the profit? And how did we know when to get out for a potential loss? Using these three components, the MACD, the green line, and the candlesticks, you'll be able to learn very quickly how you could do this too. So this is not difficult. And as I said before, this isn't just for one market. You can actually use this across many, many different markets. So this is the pound and the US dollar, and this is on a monthly chart. So you might not have a lot of time to spare. Over here, we've decided that we don't want to look at screens all day. We might want to just look at this once a month. You might have a business to run, you're busy with your family, you're traveling, so there's no need to look at the markets all the time. This system can be used across different time frames. So here on the monthly chart, we had an opportunity with the first red arrow where the British pound was declining against the US dollar. And as you can see, the market fell, and then we had another red arrow, and that gave you another opportunity for $20,890, followed by another opportunity for $14,280. Then the market has just recently given a signal where it's telling us that the market's now going up, and the current position is making 5,870. So again, to prove, we do not need to look at the markets all the time. You can actually do this across different markets from currencies, commodities, stocks and stock indices, and even the cryptocurrencies. And also, we do not even need to use complicated software, just using free software packages, which are available to anybody. These are the kind of results that is possible in these financial markets. My main point is this, that we just want to keep things simple and not complicated. So this is a combo system. It's actually very simple to learn. It's not going to take you a long time. In fact, you could probably learn this in about 20 minutes. It can be used in all the markets. It helps generate regular potential profits for you. So even if you are looking at 3, 4, 5, 6 times a year, this is quite suitable for you. And this is excellent for end of day trading. That means that you do not need to look at the markets all day. And of course, as I said, we can use free charting software. So here are just some basic systems, and in the workshop I'm going to be teaching you a lot more than just these basic systems. There'll be quite a few more systems that we'll be taking a look at. Some systems you will be making the decisions on your own. Other systems I'll actually be giving you the signals and the alerts once we pick these up from the market. So just think about this. If 2018 or 2019 does go into a recession, if the financial system fails, the banks, the economic cycle turns, and the economy collapses, or maybe even your business is already starting to slow down, then what is your backup plan? What are you going to do to make sure that you have something that can help you to bring in potential revenue when the economy slows down or businesses slow down? So ideally, any business that we look at should be able to make money in all types of environments. If the economy slows down and people spend less money, if you're selling goods such as clothes or anything else out there that the shops and the retailers are selling, that can impact you in a very, very big way. That is what a slowdown is. But with the financial markets, we really don't mind if the markets are going up, down, or sideways, because for us, we can make money in any type of environment as long as we have a very simple system, something which anybody can learn, anybody can use, and of course, been using these in all different countries, not just Vietnam or in the USA or even in Europe. We can be able to use the world all across the different time frames in all the different types of markets. So if the economy does slow down, you and I will not need to worry about this. So next thing then, how do you actually prepare? Well, the first thing is I need you to have a clear mind. And that means it doesn't matter if you have traded before or invested in the financial markets or even in properties. It's so much easier for you to learn and for me to teach you if you come with a clear mind. Also, you do not need to have any experience because we would learn right from the very basics that what is the financial markets, how does it work, and how will it work for you. You will also learn how to set up your own account. It shouldn't take you more than a few days to get your account opened up, and I'll walk you through step by step on everything you need to do to get your account opened. Now, patience is very, very important. That means you need to learn to wait. In some countries, many people like to make very, very fast money, and it's very achievable in these financial markets. But the method I'm going to teach you is something where you just need to have patience and let the markets come to you. We don't want to go chasing the markets. Let's be more relaxed. Let the money come to us rather than us having to chase it. And that's why we need to have a professional attitude, which really must be applied not just to trading financial markets, but to all businesses. So I would like this opportunity to share with you my 32 years worth of experience and what I've learned in the financial markets. And I'd like to show you that if you can just take this step by step, just have the patience, then let's work together and let's try and create a better life today rather than waiting for this for next year or the next 2, 3 years. There are a lot of opportunities right now in all the markets. The key is have a professional attitude. Wait, let the market come to you. You don't need to be a professional. You don't need to have a full level of experience. Most importantly is have that clear mind. Make sure you're ready for that. And of course, I want you to be able to do this not just for yourself, but also for your family, and of course for you to have a better lifestyle and hopefully go and travel around the world if that's what you want to do. More importantly, I'd like for you to learn this skill and be able to give back to other people, whether that's in your country, to your friends, family, or other people around the world. Life is about giving back, not about taking from people. And success is really all about making sure that we help ourselves, but also help other people. So, with that in mind, I'm really looking forward to working with you in the upcoming workshop, whether that's going to be in the next few weeks or in the next few months. As I said, most importantly, is just make sure you have that clear mind, develop that skill of patience, and come with the professional attitude. I'm very, very convinced and sure that once you've left the workshop, you will be able to see, not just now, but in the future, opportunities that you could benefit from. So once again, I'm Sandy Jadeja, and I'd like to thank you very much for participating in the upcoming program. And I really look forward to working with you and taking your hand and showing you how very, very, very simple this is. This is not complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. And all I want you to do is to make sure that you walk away with a new skill that you could use for the rest of your life. Thank you once again.